It was a sunny day, typical for the little town I call home. The kind of day where the air smells like fresh cut grass, and the sky is so clear it almost hurts your eyes to look at it. But none of that mattered to me. Not then. Not when I saw it. A black SUV rolling down my dirt road, kicking up dust behind it, and stopping just a little too close to my front porch. I didn't know what to expect, didn't even know what to think, really, but I knew something was wrong. And then I saw her. Karen. She stepped out of the car, tall, blonde, and all too put together, wearing one of those pink sun hats like she thought she was at a country club rather than the dusty, dry ranch I've called home for the past 15 years. She didn't smile. Didn't even look at me like I was human. She looked at me like I was some sort of inconvenience, a thing in her way. And for a second, I just froze. My heart pounded in my chest, like I could feel every beat all the way up in my throat. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I knew it couldn't be good. I'd just gotten back from town, grocery bags in the truck, planning what I'd grill for dinner. I figured it'd be a quiet night. But when I pulled into my driveway, I saw the 3 SUVs. Saw the folding chairs set up around the pond. People sipping drinks under a tent, like they had every right to be there. It didn't take a genius to figure it out. The sign nailed to the oak tree said it all. Saw future site of Meadowbrook Estates, Phase 2, private property. Saw my heart slammed into my ribs like a sledgehammer. I didn't even think about it. Just slammed the truck into park and stormed out. "Hey," I yelled. "What do you think you're doing? This is my land." And then she appeared. Karen. She looked me up and down, like I was something stuck to the bottom of her shoe. "This land is part of the HOA expansion," she said, smooth as glass, like that explained everything. "You need to leave. You're trespassing." I was dumbfounded for a second, trying to process what she was saying. But the words that came out of my mouth were the only ones I could manage. Trespassing? This is my ranch. My name's on the deed. I've lived here for 15 years. She just smiled. A tight, fake smile. "Not anymore," she said. Then, faster than I could react, she pulled out a gun. A gun. I froze. My hands went up, slowly, so she could see I wasn't trying anything. It was like the world slowed down around me, and all I could hear was the blood rushing through my ears. I couldn't believe it. Not this. Not here. Not on my own land. "You're going to leave now," Karen said, her voice cold and sharp, "or things are going to get messy." I had to stay calm. I had to figure this out somehow. "Look, lady," I said, lowering my voice as I took a step back, "there's been some kind of mistake. Let's just put the gun down and talk about this." But Karen wasn't listening. She wasn't hearing me. Her finger tightened on the trigger. That was when everything went dark. 2 months earlier, life had been good. Peaceful. Every morning, I'd wake up early, feed the chickens, check on the cows, walk the fence line with my dog, Max. My nearest neighbor was 2 miles down the road, and that was exactly the way I liked it. Quiet. No one to bother me, no one to tell me what to do. Sometimes I'd drive into town for supplies, grab a coffee at Millie's Diner where everyone knew everyone. They teased me about being the lone cowboy, not Hawaiiing a wife or kids, but it didn't bother me. I had my ranch. That was enough. I worked hard for it, too. Every penny I saved after my dad passed. I worked double shifts at the mill until I could afford the down payment. I fixed the place up myself, patched the roof, cleared the fields, dug new irrigation lines. Every fence post out there, I hammered by hand. This ranch wasn't just land. It was my life. So when the rumors started, I didn't know what to think. First, it was small things. Whispers at the feed store. A few odd comments from the mailman. "Hey, you hear about that new development company?" they'd ask. Some lady buying up land all over the county. Big plans for a fancy gated community. At first, I thought it was nothing. It had to be, right? Until one day, I came home and found a piece of paper stapled to my front gate. A notice. A summons from something called Meadowbrook Estates Homeowners Association. SAW. According to the notice, my ranch was now part of their community property. They claimed I owed them due $1,200 in association fees. I laughed it off. Figured it was some sort of scam. But then more notices kept coming. Official-looking ones. Threatening fines. Threatening liens. Threatening seizure. I tried calling the number on the paper. All I got was a chirpy voicemail. I drove to the county office. The clerk had no idea what I was talking about. No new development had been approved. My deed was still valid. I thought that was the end of it. But today, I found strangers on my land. And now Karen was pointing a gun at me. Max barked furiously from the truck, sensing my fear, but no one else did anything. It was like they were waiting for this moment, like it was normal. Then another black SUV came barreling down the dirt road, tires screeching. It kicked up a cloud of dust as it sped toward us. Karen turned her head for just a second, and that was when I made my move. I dropped to the ground, lunging, but I wasn't fast enough. There was a deafening bang. I hit the dirt hard, face scraping against the ground. For a second, I thought I'd been shot. My heart was racing so fast it felt like it might explode. But somehow, the bullet had missed. The SUV screeched to a halt, and a man in a dark suit jumped out, yelling, "Karen, what the hell are you doing?" That's when I knew this wasn't some little HOA project. This was something much bigger. The man Daniel Brooks was representing Saw Meadowbrook Estates Saw, and apparently Karen had gotten Saw a little overzealous Saw with her plans. "We'll make this right," Daniel said, apologizing quickly. "Let's calm down." But I wasn't about to back down. "Who the hell are you people?" I demanded, my voice sharp. "I represent Saw Meadowbrook Estates Saw," Daniel said, with a stiff smile. "We're expanding." Karen here, she just got a little too excited. A little too excited? She'd pulled a gun on me. Daniel tried to smooth things over with money, offering me a bribe to sell. The money was tempting, sure, but after everything they'd done, I wasn't buying into their lies. "No deal," I spat, looking at the envelope full of cash. "Get off my land." They left, but I knew this wasn't over. Not even close. The next day, I went to Sheriff Wallace, my old friend. He was built like a fridge with a handlebar mustache, and when I told him what happened, he wasn't surprised. "Assault with a deadly weapon," he said, shaking his head. "You want to press charges?" "Darn right," I said. It took some time, but eventually Wallace tracked down the Saw Meadowbrook Estates Saw operation. Turns out, it was a scam. They'd been pressuring ranchers like me into selling cheap so they could flip the land. They had no legal claim to my property. But the problem? Pro vying it in court could take years. So Wallace promised to increase patrols around my place. But deep down, I knew this fight wasn't over. Days passed, and everything seemed quiet. But then came the bulldozers. The construction workers showed up, like they had a right to tear up my land. I ran out, yelling at them to stop. And that's when Charles Benton, one of their hired lawyers, showed up with that smug grin of his. He offered me more money. A settlement. "You can take it," he said, "or we can make your life very unpleasant." I wasn't about to sell. Not now, not ever. When the bulldozers started up, I stood my ground. "You want to tear this place down? You'll have to go through me first." But just when I thought it was all over, Sheriff Wallace showed up. Backup arrived, and Charles Benton was arrested on the spot. And even though we'd won that round, I knew it wasn't over. Victor Langston, the man behind all this, wasn't done yet. Days later, Victor showed up at my ranch. In a helicopter. He offered me $3 million to sell. It was tempting, but I couldn't. This land, these memories, they were mine. So, I said no. Victor didn't like that, but I didn't care. Not anymore. Because I was ready. And when the SUVs came again, this time with guns and black vests, my neighbors and friends stood with me. We were ready to fight. We fought. And we won. But deep down, I knew it wasn't truly over. It never is it? People like Victor Langston don't give up easy. And next time, who knows what they'll try. But for now, this ranch is mine, and they'll have to kill me to take it. What about you? What would you do if someone tried to take everything you've worked for? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it.